So I have seen a few people making videos about, yeah, it's my camera, about sun stars and stuff, and you know, being like, what's that? That's not normal. Well, I mean, of course, as a lot of people know, we're going into grand solar maximum. We were in a minimum for a while, so now we're having more solar activity. And like Dutchson's just said, in a recent stream that he did, the magnetic field around the Earth has, you know, been getting hit hard with those solar blasts and stuff. And the polar vortex shifting, all that kind of stuff is going on. So we're seeing a lot more of this in our improved lenses. Now the reason why you see light separating like that is because light actually does a really funny thing. Photons, when they're traveling, if you have a light shining on like a board, and if you were able to measure where the light was mostly going, when you see with your eyes, you know, obviously all the light bounces out. But if you actually kind of measure the photons one by one, then they create this very interesting pattern. This pattern is called an interference pattern. The funny thing about it is that it doesn't matter if you shoot a single photon through a single slit or a single photon through two slits, so you're making it have to choose one slit or the other that it's going to go through. You end up getting the exact same pattern. Isn't that weird? You think, you know, okay, well, I'm going to give it one slit to go through, so it's gonna, all the photons will end up going in one spot. Two slits, they should go in two spots. Nope. They end up creating a pattern. So this pattern we see in a lot of stuff is very interesting. I suggest you look up on YouTube or other things, something called the double slit experiment. It sounds kind of weird, but it's very, very interesting. And what I also find very interesting is that when they have tried to measure to see which pathway the photons are going on when they're getting to the end result, into the interference pattern, they try to measure where a photon is at a specific point in the pathway to determine, okay, is it when it's coming out of the little photon gun thing we have that is deciding where it's going to go, or is it that it's, you know, deciding where it's going to go somewhere farther down? They try to measure these things and it ends up changing the pattern. So, you know, that's fun to know. So I just thought I'd, you know, drop that little bit of science. It doesn't make, obviously, solar stars any less amazing or any less beautiful. Of course, this is something that you could get from an artificial light source or from a natural light source like the sun. No matter what, all the photons, they act the same unless you're trying to track them. And then they're like, nope, I don't think so. I'm not sharing my secrets. So that, of course, then leads you into learning about, you know, pilot wave theory and all that kind of stuff, and Schrodinger's cat and quantum physics. Yay! So I just thought I saw that beautifulness in my camera lens, so I thought I'd do a little video quick. I suggest everybody look it up. It's very interesting. It leads you down a rabbit hole of quantum physics, and quantum physics are amazing. And I think everybody should be somewhat aware of how quantum physics works, especially since quantum computers are becoming like a big thing now. My dog thinks she needs to do her beauty routine in the bushes. Alright, so that's all. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe. Have a wonderful day.